On to the goalies then, and this is where it gets very interesting because as a reporter for the Dundee Stars was telling me midweek, the two star players for tomorrow's visitors are the goalies, and yet their statistics seem to suggest the contrary. Without defence, you cannot expect your goalie to save everything, and unfortunately for the Stars, that is the position that both Jarrett Fisk and Emil Cruz find themselves in. Both have a goal against average, or GAA, of nearly 4.5, and neither have a save percentage of above 90, which at face value suggests that they are poor keepers. However, when you have lazy defenders with a poor work rate, or who do not make an effort to block shots or to make life difficult for the opponents, then leaking goals is the consequence. Emil Cruz was incredible against the Storm, and he had no right to make some of those saves, especially in the second period. The game against Sheffield, though, was a completely different story. In fact, Fisk, with his lovely newly decorated helmet, started, but right from the get-go, there was a lack of effort and intensity, which was extremely disappointing, especially after the rabbit they pulled out of the hat in Nottingham just 8 days before that pounding. The fact that Fisk has won just one game this campaign says it all. He has a beautifully decorated helmet, as I just mentioned a moment ago, and he did an incredible job against the Devils when they claimed a point on 30th January, but a GAA of 4.33 and a save percentage of 89.21 does make for rather sorry reading. As for Emil, he can at least boast about 2 previous wins in Coventry this winter, although he will have to be careful when moving around the goal mouth this time around, as the referees will probably be keeping an eye on what he is doing with his post. He was certainly perilously close to a minor penalty for delaying the game in this building last time, and the Blaze faithful were certainly not happy, and within reason you could argue. Regardless, those wins stand, and he has 6 others to his name as well. Where it does not look so good is that he has conceded an average of 4.44 goals per game, and he just about has a save percentage of 88. Again, that is poor, but it could be a lot worse. Both of these players make incredible saves night after night, but unfortunately they hardly ever get the rewards or the plaudits they deserve for their consistent efforts. As for the Blaze, Matt Robson has been a shining light, as he always is, to be quite frank with you. He was rested on Sunday when the Blaze let a 4-goal lead slip from their grasp against the Belfast Giants. Dershan Stewart was the netminder that evening, and it will be interesting to see who will get the nod tomorrow, as matches this weekend are sandwiched between their 2 Challenge Cup semi-final legs. Now, if you did want to know the result from Wednesday night, it finished 3-2 to the Coventry Blaze, meaning that they take that crucial 1-goal lead into Belfast next Wednesday. That was just in case you wanted to know the result from Wednesday's semi-final first leg. Anyway, Matt Robson, who just this week got permission to be able to play for Great Britain at future tournaments, has been in good form. He has won 15 of his 28 league games when starting, and he concedes less than 3 goals on average per game, whilst also saving at 92.37%. It is a slightly different story for Dershan Stewart, however, as he has won just 2 of his 11 games when starting, and his GAA is 3.29. Furthermore, the Canadian's save percentage is just a tad above 90. He certainly needs to improve, and whilst I have an inkling that he may start, I am not so sure, as the Blaze will want to remain in form. Playing Robson will mean risking an injury though, and I suspect therefore that the coaches will be very reluctant to do so, as they still have a crucial cup tie to play in Northern Ireland on Wednesday next week. I do not think the starting keeper for Dundee is so clear-cut either, although I would expect Emil Cruz to start, as the Stars will really want to claim a 25-26 Skydome trick. Fisk is also tending to play against Fife this season, but we will just have to wait and see what coach Marc Lefebvre decides to do on the day. Right then, today's warm-up period is gradually coming to a close, but I do just about have time to feed you crucial information regarding special teams. For those who may not be aware of the term, it refers to how the teams are performing on the power play and in box play. If a team has a power play, they are skating with at least an extra skater due to an opponent having committed a foul, such as a trip, for example. As for the word box play, it refers to the team trying to defend when that skater would be in the penalty box for those 2 minutes. This facet of the game tends to be decisive, although not always. Again though, it gives you a good indication of what you can expect when it comes down to special teams on the night. Without further ado then, the Blaze have the 4th best power play of the league, although it is just, in inverted commas, 22.9%. Their box play, however, is rather poor compared to some other teams. It is at 76.67%, and they are just 2 places off the bottom in this column. Even so, their special teams is just shy of that golden 100%, so that is pretty solid nevertheless. On the flip side of the coin, this happens to be Dundee's weakness, especially the box play. Taking penalties is a big no-no if the Stars are going to have a chance of winning this game, especially as Jere Virtanen will be licking his lips at the prospect of scoring yet another power play goal. As I started by discussing their box play, I will tell you now that it is by some distance the worst of the Elite League at 68.87%. As soon as your box play is under 70%, you are in real trouble. And it is easy to see from this statistic alone why the Stars have been battling to stay off the bottom for the bulk of this campaign. The question is, though, can they be efficient on the power play? They are more or less on a level playing field with their hosts in this aspect of the game, and it is probably their chance to win this match. 22.06% suggests they score at least 1 goal from every 5 attempts, with a bit of extra in between. If they get 5 opportunities and finish 40% on the night and manage to stay disciplined, they could have a chance. It is a small chance, but their opportunities are likely to be in the power play, which is why I'm talking about this. That is how they won here in November, and they will certainly be looking to capitalise on any such chances to claim another win. It is the 5th best power play of the league, which is quite impressive considering where they are in the table. And this passage of play has turned some games around for them this campaign. The key question is then, who will win the game? Because whilst breaking down these statistics really fascinates me, it comes down to which team is better prepared on the night. There are a lot of ifs and buts on the night in terms of which goalkeeper for either side might start, but the Stars will certainly take confidence from the fact that they have an 100% record here this season, and that both they and the Giants have been able to overturn one-sided games in the second half. It has finished 5-4 to the Stars on both previous occasions, as aforementioned, and I would expect another high-scoring game, but maybe not quite as many goals, as the Stars will really want to tighten up defensively. I think it will be 4-3, although I am undecided as to which team will win it. It will, however, be close, and I am fairly certain of that. Ian, I think I'll let you do a coin flip in the studio to help me decide the winner this time. Jokes aside, I feel Dundee will do it. Despite being inconsistent, they will be motivated to come away from the Skydome having won all 3 games there in 2025-2026, and I think that will be the key motivating factor for the Stars tomorrow. Right then, that is it. The buzzer has, well, actually long gone here at the Skydome, and it means it really is time for me to leave the ice. Have a great weekend, everyone. But before I go, though, do not forget that the Winter Olympics is currently live across the BBC, and if you want to tuck into some ice hockey, the men's event is now underway in Milano Cortina. That really is it for today's show. It has been lovely to share my passion with you all once again, and whatever you are doing this weekend, I wish you all of the best. Take care, everyone. Ian, it's back to you for the rest of today's 007 Live.